Good here. All right. All right. We're here with Leona Maguire. Leona, I believe you said last week at Meyer that Baltusrol was a beast of a course. Did it live up to that?
Yeah, I mean, they moved up a couple of tees this morning, which was quite nice given the weather that was forecast and everything. I think our first few holes played really tough into the wind with that bit of rain and everything, so it was just a case of trying to get level par through them and give myself a couple of chances after that, which was nice, and hit every fairway, nearly every green, which in a major championship is as stress-free as you can make it.
All right, we'll go ahead and open up. We'll go ahead and start with Jeff.
How much of a mental flip is it to go from a place where you have to be so aggressive making birdies to a place where par is a very good score?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a completely different test. I think you had to drive the ball equally as well last week, I would say, but you were going gung-ho at a lot of pins. Today you had to be really, really disciplined. There was a few pins that it was tempting to go at, but we just had to play a little bit more conservatively on a few of them and just two-putt and get out of there. So, yeah, very different approach this week.
And what did you do best today?
I think like that I was disciplined, stayed patient, hit a lot of fairways, hit a lot of greens. Didn't putt quite as well as I would have liked, but the greens were a touch slower. I don't know if they didn't cut them as much this morning with the rain or if it was the rain that slowed them down. They weren't quite as fast this morning, but yeah, I mean, gave myself as quite a few chances actually, a few more than I expected to have.
Beth Ann?
Oh, yeah. Hi. You talked on Sunday about how important it was going to be to keep your energy levels high. So what did you do early in the week to kind of make sure you maintained that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do much Monday. Played the Pro-Am early Tuesday. Just did a little bit of putting after, hit a couple of balls, not much. And then yesterday went off early with Anna, played 18 early, and that was it. Went back, had a nap. Probably have another nap this afternoon. I mean, yeah, not a whole lot of extra practice. I think that this week that's going to be the key. Not going to be on the range beating balls or hitting a lot of chips and a lot of extra putts on the green after. Just play, and so far it's working pretty well.
And I know your coach is here with you. What do you work on after a win?
Yeah, I mean, he went home yesterday afternoon, so to be fair, not a whole lot. It was nice for him. He hadn't been a major in quite a few years, I would say, so nice for him to sort of see how the golf courses are set up, the shots that we need, and it was just kind of making sure everything was in a good slot, which it was, and we were good to go. So yeah, it was he didn't have a whole lot of work to do, but it was nice just to sort of have a check on everything after last week and be ready to go again.
What specifically is different with this week compared to last week, and how does that kind of change your mindset this week?
Yeah, I think it's just a mentality. I think you need equal amounts of patience, but this week it's definitely more conservative targets. Middles of greens are good. If you're between clubs, a lot of the time we were taking the shorter one, just trying to stay out of that rough around the greens as much as we possibly can, and the greens are obviously firm, so you just have to really respect the golf course and know that par is a really good score on any hole, as opposed to last week where you felt like you could almost birdie every hole.
When you're playing well, does your swing just carry over from week to week, or is it you're more confident, or what?
I think a bit of everything. I think, yeah, for me, it's making sure my rhythm is good and just committing to my targets, I think. And when you're swinging well, that's easier to do. So, yeah, I mean, golf doesn't always go according to plan, but when it does, you might as well ride the momentum as long as you can.
Mentally, how was it for you out there, and what are you kind of thinking about during a round like this on a test like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think just picking really good targets on every hole, both off the fairways and into the greens, and then the wind was a little swirly, it was a little gusty, so just taking a few extra seconds to check where that was and committing to that, and it got really slow on the back nine. We had a lot of weights, there was a lot of standing around, so yeah, I had a nice group. Me and Austin were chatting quite a bit and chatting with my caddy Dermot. It's just kind of staying loose, staying relaxed when it's as slow as that.
Go ahead, Jeff.
What's the sense of accomplishment standing on that 7th tee under par, given the start here, and can you take us through a couple of your birdies?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was the case of trying to get through those first 5 holes in level par. Made a really nice birdie on 6, hit it into about 10 feet there, and then was on 7 and 2. 7's probably the best birdie chance out here, apart from 18 maybe. So nice to get a birdie there.
What'd you hit in there?
5 wood. Yeah, 5 wood into 7. made a little bit of a scrappy bogey on 8, and then kind of bounced back, hit a really good shot into 10. Wouldn't be nice to birdie 10, but then birdied 11, hit a really nice shot into 2 feet on 11 to sort of get the momentum going again, and yeah, finished off on 18 with a
So
birdie.
you hit like a hybrid into 10, didn't you, or something pretty tight?
Yeah, five hybrid. Yeah.
5 hybrid.
Yeah, I
And
hit
what
3 wood off the tee to avoid that bunker. Yeah,
And then what did you hit in at 11?
7 iron.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Leona.
Thank you.